Hi everybody, it's Doreen and welcome back to the final day of my Christmas with Silhouette series. So today we're going to be doing something fun. It's going to be a little messy, but it's still going to be fun. So you're probably wondering, what in the world are we going to be doing today? Well, I'm going to tell you this much. We're going to be using this Pledge Floor Care Finish, some glitter, and we're also going to be using a product called Glitter It. And our final thing is we're still going to be using our Silhouette and vinyl. So now I bet you're wondering, what does this project look like that we're going to be using all of these products? Well, we're also going to be using a glass bulb ornament. I don't have an unfinished one, so I'm just going to bring up and show you what we're going to be making. This is the project that we will be working on today. It is the glass bulb ornaments. You can pick these up at Michael's, you can pick them up at Joann's and Walmart. Now these are glass, and I do know that there are some plastic ones out there, but I was unable to find any plastic ones. I wish I had, because out of the 14 that I made, I did break 2 of them. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this ornament. Okay everybody, so we're going to get started and get ready to show you how I did my glitter ball ornaments. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these glitter bulbs, one of these bulb ornaments, and they look like this, and I picked these up at Michael's when they had them on sale. They were half off, so they were $2.50 for a total of 4. And we're just going to pop the top off, and then I'm going to do it 2 ways. Now I did do it this way the first time, and then Skylar was kind enough to send me this Glitter It, which is used to adhere glitter and make these ornaments as well. But the way I originally did it was I used this Pledge Floor Clear, and I picked this up at Walmart. It's by Johnson & Johnson, and you have to make sure you get this one, because there are others out there that are floor cleaners, but I found that this one works the best, and it has to say finish. And it is a big bottle, and I think it ran me about $9, but the good thing is I have hardwood floors in my home, so I can use it for that as well. So we're going to start by using this first. So I just want to get the top up on this. So I have my top up, and I just took this little cup here that helps me to put it inside there and hold it. So all you're going to do is just squeeze out some of the floor shine, and sometimes I find that I do get it on the outside of the bulb as well. So that's why I have the cup there, and then any I get on the outside, I just kind of wipe it down and get it off of there. And then what you want to do is you want to coat the bulb in the inside with the Future. So you're just going to swirl it around. I've seen some people where they shake it, and then when you do that you get a lot of air bubbles, so I just kind of swirl it and swirl it until I've gotten most of the air bubbles out of it. And if you have air bubbles in there, that's fine too as well. And then what I do is I make sure I take my top off of my Future, my Pledge, and we're going to pour that back in there. Once we've got it coated completely, we're just going to pour it back in. So I'm going to swirl it around and then just slowly pour it back in, like so. And then I kind of let it sit like that for just a few minutes so it can soak and get all the air bubbles out. And then you're going to take your glitter, and you need to use the extra fine glitter. Now I got this at Tuesday morning. It's called Wow, but I've also used the Martha Stewart glitter, and I've had some other glitters over the years that were extra fine, so I've used that as well when I did the bulbs. But you need to definitely make sure it's extra fine, otherwise it won't coat properly. So we're going to go ahead and start pouring this into our ornament. So I'm just going to start shaking it in there. And I have this little tray to catch any that falls. And I'll put that to the side. And don't worry, you won't waste it, because I have this little tray that will allow me to put that back in there. And then you just begin to start swirling. And as you can see, our bulb is getting covered. And that future is covering our bulb completely. So you can, this time you can shake it around and so forth. You don't have to worry about air bubbles. And I just keep shaking it around. And then I sometimes add just a little bit more of the glitter so that I can coat it completely. And I'm going to just keep swirling and swirling. And now I'm ready to go ahead and dump the excess back in there. So you just go ahead and you start shaking it till it comes out. And that's it. And then you can go ahead, and I let it sit in just for a few minutes before I put the cap back on. So I kind of, that's why I have this cup here to hold it for me. So that's how I glitter it with the future. So now let's try glittering a bulb with the Glitter It. So I'm going to get another bulb, and we're going to get that bulb coated, and then we're going to try using the Glitter It. I'm going to get some different color glitter. Okay, so now we're going to try it using the Glitter It. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and the same thing, we're just going to pour it in, squeeze some in there, and you don't need a lot. And then once again, we'll just twirl it around. Now I do like the way this comes out of the bottle. That other bottle is kind of heavy, and I did several ornaments holding that bottle, and I did spill a lot of it on the outside of the bottle. But I think if I get me a bottle this size and pour some in there that has a small tip top or a squeeze top, then it'll probably be able to get it out of the bottle much easier. So I'm just swirling around down at the bottom, and then around and around, and then I'm getting up close to the top there, and I'm just going to set my bulb here, and we're going to take the top off of here, and we're going to just try to pour some of this back in here. So I'm going to do this a little bit off camera because I want to be right over that cup, so that if any of it spills, it'll spill into the cup and not onto my table. Okay, so we have all of our Glitter It poured out, and we got just a little bit still in there. So what I'm going to do is tip it, our bulb, upside down like so that we can get that last out of there. And I might even just hold it over the cup and let it drain over the cup. And then make sure you put your cap back on your Glitter It. And this is by Beacon. So, and Skylar told me she picked this up at Hobby Lobby. I haven't seen it at Michael's or Joann, so I appreciate her picking that up for me so I could try it out. So I'm going to let this drain, because this one needs to drain just a little. It looks like a little bit longer than the floor polish cleaner. That one seemed to drain right out quickly. So I'll let that drain, and then I'll come back and we'll go ahead and add the glitter to this one to see if it works just as good as the floor care finish. Okay everybody, so I've gone ahead and let that glitter it drain out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our glitter. So I'm just going to pop the top on here rather than just taking this completely off. And I'm going to shake my glitter down in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and start twirling and twirling and twirling just to get it covered. So I really like that gold. And let's see how it does on the bottom here. So it looks like the glitter it works just as good as the Pledge Floor Shine, which bottle looks like this. And I'm not sure how much it cost because it was a gift from Skylar. Thank you, Skylar. But as I said before, I can still use that floor care finish on my hardwood floors as well. So this is what the glitter it bulb looks like, and this is what the Pledge Floor Care finish bulb looks like. So they pretty much look the same. I think the gold glitter is a little bit brighter than doing the iridescent glitter. So we probably would have gotten the same effect if we used the glitter it in this bulb as well with the white iridescent glitter. They probably would have came out the same. So now I'm just going to go ahead and dump out any extra glitter that may be in there. I'm just going to shake it out into this tray, and then I'll be able to pour that back into my bottle here. So that's how we do the glitter portion of our Christmas ornament. So now we're going to go ahead and add our vinyl. So I'm going to step over to the computer and show you how I put the names or set up the names on my mat to add to my glitter bulbs. Okay everybody, so now that I've shown you how to get the glitter in your bulb ornament, I'm going to just show you real quickly how I set up to put the vinyl with the name on the ornament. Now this is the way I do it. I'm not saying that this is the right way, but this is how I found it was easier for me to get the names on the round bulb ornaments. I think when I make these next year, because I plan on making these again, I'm going to use the flat ornaments. They seem to be easier to get your vinyl on without getting any air bubbles. So I found a template out on Laura Whitlock's website or her blog, and I'm going to go to that real quick. And she has a bulb here that she got from someone. She got permission to create or put this bulb on her blog, and also she created a template so that you could make these using transparency. Now I did make one, and that was all I made because it was a lot of work. So I am going to show you a picture at the end of the video of the one that I did make. But I thought I could use that template, which looks like this, to form my letters on the ornament so I would at least know how big to cut them. And I did also cut them using, before I did anything, I cut it out using just paper. So I did a print and cut first just so I could see how high or how tall to make them. So this is the site that it's on, the template, and it is free, and I will include the link in the description bar for the free template. So let's go ahead and go back to the Silhouette software, and this file is an SVG file, so if you don't have the designer edition, you'll have to do something else to get the SVG file. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and go to my file that I have where I have the bulb ornament, and it looks like this once you bring it in. And remember, you're going to open it. When you do click on open, you're going to make sure you look for an SVG file. So this is the name, which is my name, what I want to fit inside here. So what I did was I just went to my text window and I typed out my name, and then I picked the font that I wanted to use to put on the ornament. Now the fonts that are over here are the fonts that you have on your computer. So the font that I use, that I have really starting to really come accustomed to and like, is this Brannboll Fet, and I did pick that up on thefont.com, and I'll put a link down in the description bar for that as well. So I have my name, and I'm just going to go ahead and drag it over. And then what I did was, because I wanted to see what this was really going to look like with the color of I always like to do it in black so that I can see how it's going to look. So I just go up into my fill pattern window and change that to black, and I went up to the line window and changed that line color to black. So now it looks the way I want it to. So now I need to make sure I can get it to fit within here. So I'm going to move out the one that I know fits, and I'm going to put this inside. So now we know that that's not going to fit across. It will wrap around the bulb, and we don't want that to happen, or I didn't want that to happen. If you want yours like that, then you can do yours like that. So I then just went ahead and I just resized this and squeezed it until I got it in there, and then I did some maneuvering to make it taller and so forth. So that's pretty much it, how you would set it up. Now for the 2013, that is a Silhouette store or a Silhouette Studio file, and I did get that at the Silhouette store, and I will put the link to the 2013 in the description bar. So now that I've shown you how I laid it on the mat, we're next going to go ahead and cut it out. So you're going to type in whatever name you want for your ornament, and then meet me back at the table, and I'm going to show you how I add this to my ornament. Okay everybody, so I've gone ahead and cut out my vinyl, and it's hard to see, it's I used the glossy vinyl. So what you want to do is just kind of I'm running my Silhouette scraper tool across the back here, because what I want to make sure happens is that when I go to pull up the pieces that I don't need, the pieces that I do need stay on here flat. Now, as I said when I was showing you how to lay everything on the mat, this is just the way I did my ornaments. I'm not saying that this is the right way, but this is what I found was easiest for me. So I've got my 2013 here, and what I want to do is I'm going to cut this, because we're going to put the 2013 on the back and the name on the front. So I probably, when I was cutting this out or laying this out, I shouldn't have put it so close together. So we'll start with the name first, and we're going to just start peeling back the excess that we don't need. And I do this very carefully and very slowly, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see, because this is very, very, very sticky. So we'll see if we can get this up without getting anything else. And then I just take those pieces and I either stick them over on another scrap sheet, or I just throw it in the garbage. So now, as you can see, we got most of it off, but now we need to do what is called weeding. So that's when I take my tool, and this came with when I purchased the starter vinyl kit from the Silhouette store, and we're going to start weeding out what we don't need. So, and this is something that you'll have to take your time with, because sometimes the vinyl will try to stick upon itself, and you just start weeding those pieces out. So I'm going to go ahead and finish weeding everything out, and then I'll come back and we'll add the next step, or we'll do the next step to get this onto our glitter bulb. Okay everybody, so I'm back and I've got all my pieces weeded out for my name and then the year 2013 with the swirl. So now, and we did this one, we did day 9's card. We need to put some clear tape, or you can use contact paper, on the top of our wording, so that when we pull this up, it will come right off the backing of here. Now, I bought a big roll of this tape online. If I remember where I got it, I will put a link. It should last me for quite a long time. Although, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of vinyl lately, so we'll see. But when I purchased the Silhouette beginner kit for the vinyl, it did also come with some tape, but it's more, looks like this, so it's not see-through, so you don't necessarily see when you're trying to lay your image down. So I wanted to do and have some clear, because I knew I was going to be doing these ornaments for Christmas, so I went ahead and ordered that online. So I'm going to cut another piece for the back, and as I said, this tape is reusable as well, except in some instances when I was putting the ornaments, the wording on the ornaments, I didn't reuse the tape, because I did do, to get it, because we're doing this on a round surface, in order to get it so it would fit, and I was trying to avoid air bubbles, I was clipping the pieces down here at the bottom. So, may not be able to reuse it if you're going to do that. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have this adhered to this tape. So I just take, once again, my scraper tool that came with my Silhouette, and I just go ahead and go across. So I'm going to do that for the name as well, and then we're going to add this to the ornament. So it should be on there pretty good. So I think we're going to start with the 2013, since that has all of these swirls and things in it. And I'm going to do a little snipping here too, to help get that curve. So this should peel right up off, and as you can see, it's no longer on there, it's here, and this part is, I'm sorry, I wasn't in camera frame. This part is very tacky. So we're going to take our bulb ornament, and we're just going to try to line this up, and then we're going to add it to the bulb. And I'm just pressing down, and it's okay if the tape wrinkles and gets the air bubbles. What you're trying to avoid is the air bubbles in your words. So I'm just going to keep pressing down and continue to add that. And we're going to do a little bit more snipping here so we can get that 3 to lay down flat. And then I'm going to pull this up a little bit, and we're going to press down here, and I'm going to continue on. So I'm going to get my wording on for the 2013, and then I'm going to get the wording on the front, and then I'm going to do a little decorating up here, and then I'll come back with the finished ornament. And one thing I did forget to mention is, once you have did your glitter on your ornament, you want to go ahead and glue your top down, because if you're going to add things along here, you just want to make sure that that's secure. So you should run a line of glue. You can either use your glue gun or beacon to, or if you want to use a quick dry adhesive. I've never tried doing that. I usually use the glue gun because that works the best. So let me go ahead and finish this up, and I'll come back with the finished ornament. Okay, everybody, so I am back with the finished decorated glittered ball or bulb, and this is what it looks like. And you know it, it's purple and it's nice and sparkly. So now I've put on the back the 2013, and then what I did was at the top here I just added some trim that had beads attached to it that I picked up at one of our local fabric stores here. So I put that all the way around, and then I added a bow at the top, and then I took some paper flowers and put them along here. And then also I just took some twine and put that there for the bulb to be hung on the tree, or you can hang it up on a stand and have it sit somewhere in your home. So this is what it ended up looking like, and I'm going to show you what you can do if you don't have a silhouette or a Cricut, or you don't have any vinyl that you can add the onto your ornaments. So I've taken and made some ornaments where I've just used some stickers. And this is the first one that I did, and I picked these stickers up. They look like this, and I got them in the dollar bin actually at Joann's. So I've just taken them and put them all the way around the ornament, and then I went ahead and did some more embellishing. So I just added some ribbon here and a flower, and I put some stretchy cord up here for the bulb to be hung on the tree. And then I added these little glitter ornament balls that they're actually plastic, and they were already this color. And then at the bottom I just added this angel charm. And I have another one that I did using just some stickers that I picked up. So I did this one. Remember, we colored this ball. And by the way, the first one that I did, it did break in the middle of me putting the stickers on. So you have to be very careful when you're holding these. It slipped out of my hand and hit the floor, so broke into a million pieces. So this is the front of the ornament. I've gone ahead and put a little bow at the top, and then I've added some fur trim. And I didn't mention that I did add the fur trim along the top of this one as well. You can see it right here. And I picked that trim up also at Joann's. And then I took and added the fur trim here, and this fur trim had actual little streamers in it. And then down here at the bottom I just glued these little stars and streamers and so forth on the bottom, and I added an angel. So, and then I put some twine for this one to be hung. So as you can see, even if you don't have a die cutting machine, you can just make these and use stickers instead. So this is what this one looks like. So all in all, I did a total of 14 ornaments, and out of the 14 I broke 2, and actually one was completely finished and I was packaging it up to deliver it, and it broke, so I had to start over again. Now the other thing I want to show you is all of the other ornaments have a little fur and ribbon and lace and so forth. So what about if you want to do one for a man? What can you do? Well, you can still decorate it, and I'm going to bring these up because I don't want to drop these. So what I've done is I've just gone ahead and just put some trim around here at the top for this one, and this one is actually for my husband, and I just put just a little bow up there and a bell. So you can decorate these as well for a man or a little boy. And you're going to see one that I did for a little boy at the end of the video. And then I did one for my son, and I just basically put his name on there, and I put the 2013, and then up at the top here I just put some trim, and I added a bell with a little bow. and that came as one piece as an embellishment. So that's it, everybody. This is the last video of the Christmas with Silhouette series. So now I hope you enjoyed the series, and I hope I was able to give you some ideas for some home decor, ornaments, as well as cards. Now, at the end of the video, I'm going to have a picture display of all of the ornaments that I did and I decorated. For my husband's family, I did ornaments, bulb ornaments, instead of cards this year, because I give them cards throughout the year for birthdays and anniversary. So I wanted to do something different. So they've already all been delivered, and they were hand delivered by, I put them in a box. I'm going to include the Silhouette online store file number for the box that I put the ornaments in. So as I said, I hope you enjoyed the series. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.